So I went to see Scream 7. Yeah, I did. As you know, I know it's been a long time since I've done a movie reviews. It's still on my channel. You can see how long ago. But between that, I was talking about the Scream franchise and reacted to trailer. I think that's up. It is. Um, yeah, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm like, okay, all right, like, um, I'm going to see it. Like, so I'm like, okay, I'm an open-minded book. Now, I always made fun of the Scream franchise. I mean, I even made fun of Scream 6, others as well. You know this, I make things light note and stuff like that because some reviewers take things too serious or fans. I really feel what I've seen on Twitter, what I've seen on social media and stuff. This franchise has turned to Fortnite 2.0. I'm sorry, like the way I see now with the franchises, I'm not even with Melissa and that and stuff like that, you know, in general. Holy fuck. That's all I have to say. Like, holy fuck. Like, you cannot literally pass this up. You cannot literally pass this up. Like, so, and, horrible. Like, I get it. You want to boycott the movie because of busy the movie and all that kind. And then there's the delusional fans that's will accept low standard in any Scream movie. I mean, Ghostface could be just standing there, and the victim could be standing there for an hour and 20 minutes, and they'll still say it's a good movie. And there absolutely be nothing happening. Um, you know, like so. So, oh God. And then you not sure how to criticize the movie. Then because people are so fucking touchy and snowflake and shite. Well, here when I used to do movie reviews, everything was all unhinged. It is. So I'm bringing that back, and also with any improvements in my background with my Blu-rays, I thought I'll set a nice little mood. So should we get into this? Now, before I get into this, the first thing I'm going to do is push out the Melissa shit, right? She's a brilliant actress. She's doing her own thing, everything. Jenna, she's doing her own thing and everything it is. Great. Even she's got Wednesday coming up. Like so. This boycotting thing, I'm gonna push that aside too and just talk about the movie first. Okay? Just the movie. Pushing all the politics shite out. It is. Because that's what we do. That's what movie reviews do. To me, that's what they do. It's about the movie, the execution, and everything it is. And just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you're right. It is. Unfortunately, some people force it down your throats. I'm not gonna force anything down your throat. I haven't forced anything down your throat. With Scream to say hate this or like this or something like that. I've made fucking fun of it, and I'm gonna make fun of this one too, and you'll find out why. So, um, let's get to it then. Right. So Scream 7 is basically they brought back all the characters. Well, partly they tried to and stuff like that, when it just got a little bit weird. And you know what my thoughts were. I saw the trailer reaction. I reacted to the trailer and stuff like that, in general. Um, so now I said to myself, if Stu is the killer in this, reveals at the end, was surprised, I'm walking out before it even finishes because it shouldn't. We should have unpredictable, and this is what Scream is lacking of. Unpredictable. To me, it's always the same thing with Neve Campbell. I'm saying her name right because she gets on my nerves so bad. Every time she's on the screen, every time, oh my god, it's like it's shoving down your throat. We get it. She's great in these movies. But what I seen in this one, it's all about her. It's all about her. It's all about her. Like everything's surrounded by her. I mean, no wonder the fucking streets is like dead and quiet like a corpse. Sorry, that's a little bit of a spoiler. If you look at the streets, it's dead. It's like dead. There's no one walking in the streets. Nothing like that. Like so. But anyway, so the movie itself, like so, is I I'm an open-minded book. So with anything it is, I thought, well, Stu coming back and all these coming back into it. I goes to watch it, and before I watch it, I did see the Scary Movie 6 trailer. Sign me up. That trailer revealed probably the best shit ever, and it's unhinged. That is going to take this year comedy to a spin. Last year to me was Naked Gun because that was a surprise for me, like so. But that's a different topic, probably it is. But I thought I mentioned that because the trailer did pop up before the movie. But so when the movie starts, the opening scene itself was different, and I thought, right, great, great. We're seeing something different, something classic, but it's got that edge. And I'm like, okay, great. And I'm sitting there quiet like this, and just thoughts in my head. And some people were literally cheering on because Courtney Cox, if I'm saying her name right, probably it is, like she from Friends and stuff like that. She was great. I feel like in the last movie, I think she was great and stuff like that. This is when it gets to a little bit of a turn for on why I feel everything has to do with Campbell. When the other actors were coming into this, it felt like they didn't have a purpose. They didn't have the main role of or investment, even though they died or lived. Do you know what I mean? Like in the Scream movies, you see the investment in characters, even the opening scenes, like so, and it might last what 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Oh, well, I was invested in that, and he had the brutals kill. But this is all what it was, and this is what people said. Oh, the kills, all the gory and stuff. And it's all about the story behind it. That's what's beautiful about horror itself. Any horror movie itself, to me, it's all about the story. This came a mess. After the opening scene I watched, every time I saw Neve Campbell, I don't know, like legit, I don't care at this point, how I say it, but it seemed like they tried to push the characters aside, like not to be the main, and then she has a daughter, spoiler it is, and stuff like that. And even then, like it just felt forced. And this is I hated. I hated this. I hated this so bad because this on paper, if you literally look at this on paper, it looks great. It actually looks great on paper. That's why I decided to, okay, I'll watch it because it feels like on paper it's fantastic. It's great, executed well, everything. Now this is the part. It's called laugh out loud movies because this gets ridiculous. So you have this cast, you have this cast, and then when you basically on coming in, they leave instantly. Like Courtney, I'm saying that I always call Courtney for some reason. Um, People cheered. People cheered. Actually cheered, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the cheering and saying, yeah, she deserves it because she was fucking great in six. But it was a weird. I still think six was weird. I still think five was weird as well. Like so, this though was forced. There's a scene where they mention about the narrative of the issue, what's been happening, and I just wasn't interested in the movie for like 10 minutes straight. I zoned out. I says, "What are they doing? What did he do? What did he do? What are he actually doing?" And I'm trying not to spoil it because still people haven't. If you enjoy Scream franchise, great, that's fine. If you enjoy Scream 7 movie, I'm gonna have the bad taste and say is okay, but you have to think there's been better movies. There's been better movies in the franchise. This was forced. It wasn't classic, you know. Oh, this brings me back to Scream 2 or Scream 1, whatever, for free, whatever. You know, it didn't really. It just felt forced to say, "Oh my God, now Campbell's in this situation. Oh my God, this." And we had the part where they want to make 8, 9, and 10 of these movies. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Now I'm not saying all this negative basically because of the politics situation, because I will get into that too in this video too. But the reason why, if you accept, oh, this is a great movie, this is the best Scream movie ever. This is why they make them like this, of lackluster and all this kind. Not the story plot doesn't make sense sometimes. The dialogue doesn't make sense. It gets lazy because there's people enabling this shit. If you put out there like we used to do years ago with movies and say this movie was this movie's not the best, but I could see it torn down like so, then is an understandable note. Now I'm not sure, I don't want you to agree with me or not, but this movie, as a British guy, the silence, I had to do a 2-second silence and tell you it was shite. If you wanted the kills, great. Okay, they brutal. There's a story, I just lost track. I literally lost track of the story. And then we had the finale, the ghost face reveal, and I laughed. I laughed. I laughed so hard my ribs was hurting. Like and then Sydney's face is like, I says, yeah, that's my face. She calls her face. You see this face expression first before she gets upset, and I'm like, that is literally my face with this ghost face reveal. People are saying Scream 6 is the worst reveal ever. I don't think it was. I think it's just because of politics. Again, politics getting shoved in here, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Look for the movie how it is. You know, we've had worse reveals, but I think this was the worst. And the motive. Oh, the motive, because why? You reveal and you go, why? You hear the word that's it's like you already know what the dialogue says. Why? And she says, I'll tell you why. And my brain just froze. I'm like, can I wind that back and listen to that again? But you see, what caught me off guard is because this movie's on an hour and 54 minutes. Normally, Scream movies is on way over 2 hours. And that's what makes it more entertaining, fun, and the characters' development. Some of these scenes were rushed. I think some of the scenes were rushed because she wanted to focus on Neve Campbell because her coming back and stuff like that. Um, you know, and as for Courtney Cox, like, she comes into it, she's in one scene, then you don't see half of the movie. Then she pops in again. It's like waving, going, hi. And then there's Stu. Oh, the lovely Stu that everybody was hyped for. Everybody is hyped for because he's coming back and stuff. This is the part, laugh out loud moment. Again, the second part. Oh my god, I laughed out loud so hard. I I'm laughing now. I don't want to laugh because my ribs will start hurting and I'll start falling at the side. People need to relax and chill the fuck out, okay? Like, you can't accept movies like this if you know they're being better. And that's where I step in and say, this Scream movie was better than this one, give or take. And you might say, this one was better than this one. Okay, great, fine. We have different opinions. Move on. But this generation wants to shove something down your throat to say, you have to like this, you have to not like this. And this is why I turned this franchise into a laughable state. Because we are at this point that is just soulless. And I'm going to call this soulless, because it was soulless. Like the fucking streets. No one, sorry, I can't get that out of my mind. Like, why was no one walking in these streets? Like, no, we need to get you out. We need to get you out of this street. We filming Scream 7 here. um, so many actors, like I said, the dialogue was great, and then it seemed like it was cut. Yeah, and you'll see that when you watch the movie, like you see it like so, and I'm like, what the? What? I'm pretty sure there was more dialogue than that. You feel like they would want to say more, you know. It is. I always made fun of this franchise. I've always have. After four, I did. After four, I did. The thing is, though, it wants you. It wants you to literally be invested in low standard quality of a movie because people pay to see this. I wanted to see, because it's more like a reunion to me, it felt, after what's happened, which we'll get to now. Grow up, just grow up, just grow up. And this is turning into a Fortnite 2.1 community of Scream. It is. It literally is. It literally is. It's like Fortnite's favorite skin is Scream, but then they'll say, "Hey, you boycott this. You can't do this. You can't watch this because of Melissa and stuff." And I told you this months ago, probably last year. They don't give a fuck. Jenna doesn't give a fuck. Melissa doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't. They've moved on. Melissa was in Abigail. Abigail, that movie. What was a success? Booming success and everything it is. Like so. Jenna has been in half a dozen fucking movies since then. And and now it's teasing about fucking Wednesday. They don't give a shit. These people think they give a shite. They don't. They've moved on. They've moved on. They're getting money through their sleeves. You're wasting your breath. That's why I wanted to do this review without all the politics, without all the boycotting, without all this, because people's gonna bring this in saying, "This is the trouble, this is what's happening." We already know! For the 100th fucking time. Lighten up. The world's tough as it is. People are struggling as it is. Like so. Like, Jesus. Like, this movie itself, I'm telling you this now. This movie itself is bad. But when it's good, it's more like I need to invest in the gore than the storyline. Because the kills were okay, like I said. They would be more brilliant if the characters were more development. The opening scene is like gives you a boost of saying, sit down and watch. Which, yes, this is what this franchise does. And then it just seems like it's lost its way. Stop it. Don't pretend to like something just because a person's being honest and they didn't like it. They say, "Oh, they didn't like the ending, so they don't like the movie altogether." That's not the case with me. You can see is one of the scenes where there's the bar scene, which is pretty good, right? And then you see this other scene of dialogue when they actually talk, and then it just makes you cringe. And then we say, "You've just seen a great scene. You've just seen a fucking great scene, and now you're seeing this shite." And this is what makes you so mixed, because the movie should be in the same pace to me. And that's why the classics were a success, because it was the same pace but unpredictable. They tried to force being better than 6. You will see this when you watch the movie. This is when it really killed the movie for me. There's scenes in here that feels forced because they want to compare it to Scream 6. And am I really the only one seeing that? But and it pisses me off. Why do you have to do that? Because you know you're going to make a fortune. If this is a success, they want to make Scream 8. And I can't reveal why because it'll spoil the movie. But it has to do with Stu. Trust me, it does. It does. I'm not fucking kidding. With all these actors coming back in and everything it is, I just tilted my head down of the scenes they were in, and I looked up and I start laughing. And I said to myself, I told them. I told you. I told you it months ago. Don't get too hyped with these classics because it comes to a point that they know and they manipulate the people to believe that they coming back into this shite. And then when you get the result, you're disappointed. You're disappointed, and this is what will happen. The people will enjoy this movie because of the kills. And horror to me hasn't got nothing to do with just kills. It has to do with the story. You can watch movies saying, oh, kill counts and stuff like that. And yeah, that's probably why. That's probably why. And yeah, okay, great. Rate those kills and stuff like that. But when you're watching a movie, it's about the story. And I hated that this community, Scream community, has turned nothing of a delusional narcissist type. And this is why I joke on and laugh on it is. Because the narrative of this is just fucking terrible. It's fucking horrible. If people want to just watch a movie for a weekend after a hard day week, there's other movies that's better. Like Send Help. That was a fucking good movie. What was that other movie? Well, Iron Lung. Pretty much people again were narrative about that, but they just don't understand the concept because they don't look shit up like so. However, like I said, all this and everything all together, I'm telling you this now, Scream 7. What shall I rate it? It's too tough to tell. It's a very, very tough. I'm going to give this and this is because of the movie, not because of the politics. Remember, I shoved all that out. A 3.5. Oh, and I hate it. I hate it because I see some scenes in here that could be so good. So good. It is, but I have to give it a 3.5. This was horrible. Like, it was horrible. But it everything on paper, you can see it's great. If you enjoy this movie, that's totally fine. But I hated this so bad because the stubborn narrative, and we already know Neve Campbell is a good actress in Scream. We fucking get it. We fucking get it. We get that. We understand that. But you sit there and you could predict what's going to happen. You can predict what's going to happen. And prediction's not a bad thing. Prediction's not a bad thing all the time. But when it comes to movies, when you get past into 7, like so, you kind of want fresh ideas. And this felt like it was put all together just for spite. Because you see the scenes as well. But the kill scenes were unique. The ending, I cried with laughter. I literally cried with laughter at the end, and I'm like, yeah. 3.5, I'm being nice. I am being nice. It could be a lot worse than it is. I'm disappointed of the execution. I'm disappointed of the execution of this movie. I am. I'm literally am. Because it's so good. On paper, like, and everything, it is so fucking good. If this was all on paper, you could see yourself. But they executed this so bad, and I felt like some of the scenes was rushed. Like so. And the time, normally it's over 2 hours, which is under 2 hours. Like, I hate to say this, but Scary Movie 6 trailer felt better than actually this movie. Like, am I the only one feeling that way? Like, the Scary Movie 6 trailer felt like it carried this movie. Like, when we got all serious and that, everything. It's mostly those people that collect the masks, knives, costumes, the rest, and stuff like that. And that's fine. Let them do what they want. Let them be what they want. Let them have their little moment. But you can't stop people speaking about a movie that if it's shite and has been a better one, they're going to say it. And I'm going to say it now. There is better movies, and I'm not even talking about 6. I'm talking about below that. Below. What about 1? What about 2? Neve Campbell was in them. Fabulous, great, right? And nothing was shoved down your throat. It was more like yeah, this is the killer's shine of scene of remembrance or something like that. When the killers come back into this, though, when the killers do come back into this, I'm telling you this now, from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to leave the planet. I could tell people, they just wanted people to hype up. And this is without not giving any spoilers because I'm trying not to give any spoilers. And I'm telling you this now. Go into this movie with low expectations. Do it. If you enjoy it, great. But don't pretend. Don't pretend you enjoy a movie if you know there's been a movie better than this. Because there has. And that was the classic ones. I'm going back before 5. Because I know people are going to say, yeah, he's talking about 6. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That movie existed. Okay, let me go about Scream 6, should I? Let me go about Scream 6 for a second. Should I pop that up on the screen now? Yeah, I'll pop that on the screen now. Alright, I'm going to mention about this now, since we're on a little bit of topic of much of this. So, yeah, okay, so Scream 6, we're going back over as well. And, yeah, I understand, I get it. I truly do. Was it a great movie? Yes. Some fucking awesome scenes. And this is what Scream 7's problem was. They trying to. I could see it. They were trying to fight as a debate and try to be better than 6. which they should have just gone with, hi, I'm going to go back to Scream 1, Scream 2 situation. Now, as Courtney Cox, sorry. I call her Fox. Well, she is like a foxy, if you know what I mean. But she was great in this. She was great in this. Jenna was great in this. Melissa was. But I laughed my ass off at some scenes, like when they were kills. Like there was two Ghostface, like stabbing the shite out of a guy, and he was still alive in the end. Like that's what I thought was a parody. It turned into a parody to me, like so. And then when I saw the podcast of Matthew talking about Ghostface having a shotgun, he says the shotgun was throughout the movie. No, it wasn't. It was just in the shop. He took it from the shopkeeper and shot him. And this is when I knew straight away this Scream 7 movie was made to try and push a narrative, and you see it. And it ruins the rest of the movie for me. Like so. Scream 6 had its faults. It did. It was good, but it had its faults, especially with them kills. Like, come on, no one survives that shite. You know? Like so, no one survives that shite, alright? It is. Now, like I said before, I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say it again when I walk over here and tell you this. Like so. I want to get bigger now. You see, I can get bigger, see? Like so. And I'm going to tell you this closer from the bottom of my heart. Please, let the movie be. And I hate to say that this movie is going to be a probably box office. They're going to have Scream 8, even though they say, if this was a success, we'll make Scream 8. Get the fuck out of here. You're still going to make it. You're still going to make it. You're still, because you're desperate for this shite. Okay? Me, I'm going to laugh until they put the nail in the coffin. All they're going to do, like, when you see the movie yourself, they're going to basically, I'm going to try to say this without no spoilers. They basically announced Scream 8. They basically announced Scream 8 before even Scream 7 got released. They did. Fucking God. That's all I can say. Fucking hell. Fucking God. Like, holy fucking shit. Don't, like, legit. I'm telling you this now. Go in this with low expectations. If you enjoy it the weekend, okay, well, it was a movie to enjoy because I've had a hard week. Fine. But don't shut up the critics about this movie. Because it needs to be done to get better. You either play better or put the nail in the fucking coffin. Which it should have been done donkeys ago before even Scream 5. When you killed off what a lovable character it is. This sucks. It sucks so bad. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we all have opinions. But it doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean you're right. It doesn't mean you're wrong. People are acting like fucking Fortnite 2.0 community. I want the skins, you know, you see them commenting, I want this skin, I want this skin back. This is what you're doing with the franchise. It was the best movie ever. And he's like, oh, I want to boycott this movie. I want to, because of Palestine bullshit. And he fired Melissa because of no reason. We already know. 25 fucking plus times. We already know. We already know. We don't need to know 20,000 times. You can't control people. You can't control people, but you can get your word out there to say, this movie can be better. This needs to be done. This needs to be done. But I don't see none of that now. You know why they make movies like this that's lackluster? Because there's people out there enabling this shite. They're enabling this shite. Saying this is great, this is everything. Just to put a narrative out there because someone doesn't like the movie. And this is what kills reviewers. This is what basically kills channels. And personally, this is what basically actually kills legit movies. Do I think, now my last thought, do I think Melissa should have been fired? No. They could have kept her in and have her as a killer. Would have made more sense, right? The way how Scream 6 ended. And I get it. This is why people are saying you can't control anything. Look at what Jenna is doing. Look at what Melissa's doing. Like so. They've been great. They've been moving on. They're moving on. They're making money. They're making money elsewhere. So cut this crap. Cut this crap. This was a soulless build. This was a soulless build. And you say, oh, I'm not going to take this review serious because there's an animated fucking character on screen. Guess what, motherfucker? I'm starting to do all this shit to be more creative. I do all this to be more creative with my reviews, calls, and everything it is. But this is my first movie review. If you want more movie reviews on the channel back again, then I can do it. It is. But please, let me know in the comments down below. So thank you so much for watching, and please, if you're liking it, subscribe. Do whatever you want. Do whatever it takes to be an Ang. If you want to be an Ang, subscribe. A movie Ang, subscribe. It is. I wish you appreciate all, but this is my own opinion about the movie without no politics. I have mentioned a little bit about the Melissa situation, but I haven't put in the movie spec on why I don't like this movie and give it a bad rating. I just give it a bad rating because seeing the movie itself as an opening eye than just to basically, where's the kills, is the gore there and shit like that. Like so. There should have been a really good story. And the killers that's supposed to be back in this, we all know why they did what they did. Because they knew people would be hyped up. And I said this last year. What should be all hype? And I guarantee you, without no spoiling it, you're gonna be like, alright. And that's it. Was the movie good? Probably. But it could be better. Of course. So there you go. And that's my review. Bye.